Shantae is happening again. This let's whatever thing of it. And it is time to go swimming, and I think, like, this is a great case where I just want to use the warp squid and just jump back to the lighthouse, but I can't because the warp squid doesn't take me to the lighthouse. The warp squid takes me to the opposite side of Polyp Bay, which is still a really, really long-ass walk from the lighthouse. So instead, I've got to fight all these hair crows and whatnot. So, like, I don't want to come out against backtracking as a game design issue, really, because a game developed around the idea that you'll be going back to old areas with new abilities is very compelling to me. Like, I really enjoy games that do that. At the same time, though, like, if I have a destination in mind, my goal isn't to play all the areas between where I am and where my destination is. My goal is to get to my destination, which I just happen to know is the lighthouse. And this is where Sky and Bolo actively pick on me. They found a ransom note. Risky Boots has apparently captured Uncle Mimic and taken him somewhere east of here. And then Bolo was all like, east? Isn't that like over to the west? And then Sky calls him moron, which really Sky is calling me a moron because I couldn't tell my east from west. Well, no, that's not technically true. Like the original Shantae, the whole east-west debacle, that really was a matter of the game telling me to go. Let me see if I can remember exactly what happened. Like, it told me to go to the east slope of a mountain, and to get to the east slope of a mountain, you do have to travel to the west. But I'm not thinking in terms of that when I'm playing my little cartoon game. If the screen says east, I'm going to go east. Anyway, they needn't have gone through all that because Risky's Revenge actually gives you a really good world map, so you can see where you are in relative position to everywhere else. It gives you a good world map. It doesn't give you dungeon maps, and I really think it should have, in my opinion. Alright, so now I've got to go hunting warp squids. The big old squid baron's like, hey, my babies are somewhere, and warp squids happen to be underwater. So first, here underneath the lighthouse, let me see if I can remember exactly where to go here. Because all these underwater areas are kind of gigantic and full of these awful bitey fishes and kind of tricky to navigate. And also kind of empty. That's something that video game underwater areas like usually have a major problem with, is big empty areas. Oh, I can't get in there. No, I got a rock in the way that I've got to destroy later. Okay, well, we'll leave that for now. To the other side, maybe? I'm about 80% sure there's something under the lighthouse that I can get now. Eh, maybe not. Okay, well, Brick Road's dumb. Let's just forget that ever happened. We do need to go to Polyp Bay. Has some goodies for us to get. So we will do that real quick. And we're on our way to the warp squid over here, and then we'll warp back over to Mermaid Cliffs and make our way back a second time. Oh, I had a train of thought, but I lost it now because Shantae happened. That seems to happen an increasingly large amount of time these days. I could probably get whatever's in that cave now. Oh, actually, no, maybe I can't. Because one of the items, I forget exactly which one, like one of the magic jams or something, requires that you have a higher level fireball than I have. And let me just break that down for you, because you can't get the second level fireball until you have a magic jam. But the only reason to use the second level fireball ever is to get a magic jam. So just let that sink in for a second. Like, the other items in the game are cool, like the fireball items and stuff are cool, it's just never a reason to use them over the pike ball, in my opinion. Hooray, a golden baby squid, and I wish that didn't make me transform out of mermaid form. I don't know why the mermaid can't just pick up a squid and be like, hey, look what I found. there's 3 squids. There's one here, there's one in Mermaid Cliffs, and there's one way up by the boathouse. So now we're just gonna... Here's a squid. This will take us to the other side of the world. Yay! And then the boathouse is over to the right, I do believe. Yeah, the boathouse is to the right, then I just run back to the left through Mermaid Cliffs for the second time in this video. No. That's not what I wanted to use. I wanted to have my P-ball equipped. I gotta buy more freaking potion. Nerd rage! Alright. It's just a matter of remembering which side of the lake my exit is on. I think the exit to the right here goes off to Risky's hideout, which Sky and Bolo were just telling me about. 'Cause they're all like, it's in the extreme east. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So if you go to the west of Mermaid Cliffs, it takes you here. You guys have to run into that guy's bullets and swim under him. There's no real reliable way to kill all those guys. Here's squid number 2. Oh, I remember what I was talking about. I was talking about underwater areas in games and how they're usually not very exciting. And, like, the quintessential example of such things would be any RPG, like any JRPG that has a submarine. Final Fantasy V has one, Lufia 2 has one, Breath of Fire has your giant fish, and all their underwater areas, like, they came up with, like, 1 or 2 cool things to do in the underwater world, but that's it. So usually, like, your whole map, especially, I think Final Fantasy V actually has an underwater map that you can bring up, and it's got, like, 1 dot on it of a dwarf cave you can go into. And this part of Mermaid Cliffs is all about death pits, so it's kind of annoying. But we have to run through here anyway, even though we just ran through here not long ago. I really should have done my grocery shopping before I sat down to Let's Play today, because did I actually whip that mermaid to death before she fell into the ground? I'm not used to that being possible. I really am not, because I swear they take either 4 or 5 hits on the DS version. It must just be the iOS version where I can do that. But you've got to be quick, and get in there quick and start... Yeah, see, like right there, that didn't work for me. Even though it looks like I was hitting her, but she was in a frame of animation that was invincible, and that ain't no good. And you know what else? Like, the pike ball should actually damage them when they're in puddle form, I think. So you can exact your revenge upon them. And yes, we do have to go back into that dungeon later for something else, but we won't be doing that right now. Here's the screen we've already seen once in this video, with the blob monsters and the hey. And here's the other screen we've already seen in this video. Thrills, chills, and spills in Let's Play Shantae. Oh, I gotta go down this little hole here. Thankfully, the entire world stops while I'm dancing. That's very user-friendly. Thank you very much. Go this way. I think this way. And because, like, your mermaid travels faster than you can kind of see effectively off the edge of the screen, it's real easy to just swim right into one of these jawfish. Like, I think I had to get hit by that one to get down in this little cave here. So it helps to have a lot of hearts. And I thought I could get the heart holder underneath the lighthouse, but I guess I could not yet. I will be able to in a few minutes. So that was just wasted time. I told you at the beginning I wasn't good at speedrunning Risky's Revenge. I don't know why you guys didn't believe me, but there you have it. Time for elephant form. I wish it was a boss that you had to fight in elephant form, because it does feel kind of underutilized in this game. Compared to the original Shantae, where I think there was a boss you could fight in elephant form, or had to switch into elephant form for some reason as part of the boss fight. You can use it to crush those giant gold monsters, the ones that I'm like real afraid of over in the desert. But actually, you know what? Maybe these are hearts or something. Yeah, that's kind of helpful. Thank you. Back to mermaid form. But when you're just running through the desert, it's kind of not useful to go through 2 belly dances, go into elephant form, smash the guy, and then revert. It kind of just takes less time either just to turn on your pike ball and just obliterate them, or just jump over them. Which is easiest to do in monkey form, which has innate speed abilities and whatnot, and which is therefore more fun to just run around the world map with. I know that they actually altered the enemy placement in some places in this game. I wonder if that's one of them, if that little bitey fish is not supposed to spawn in front of that screen transition. And whether or not he does in the DS version. Because I don't remember having to go through a bitey fish to get down into that area. Hey buddy, I got your warp squid babies. Hooray, mermaid bubble! Now I can shoot things in mermaid form. Which I'm totally going to do. And at this point, Shantae can go anywhere she needs to go in the world and get absolutely anything, provided she has the correct power-ups. The only power-ups that I don't have are the level 2 and 3 Fireball, and the level 2 and 3... Go away, bitey fish, now that I can destroy you and make you die in a horrible, acidic burst of your own flesh. Awesome. And I don't have the level 2 or 3, Oh, I can get over here. I don't think this is my heart holder, though. It is my heart holder. So what's the other one? Wait a minute. What was off the other direction, then? Probably just gems, actually. You know what? I think I'll skip the gems for now. Because my original goal was to just finish the game, and then after beating the game and getting the best ending, going back and retrieving all the goodies and collectibles and pickups. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I do need more potion, though, because there's no way I'm going to be able to beat that last boss without any magic potion. How many jams do I have? I've got 2 jams, so I can actually afford... Sup, homie? Magic fill. And some magic potion. And that's not going to happen. I might as well buy this, because there's no reason not to. And I will just stock up on these. There we go. Having 9 potions is kind of easy. It's impossible to lose at any point in this game if you've got 9 potions. Even against the last boss, I'm pretty sure you can just stand right in front of the last boss and whip it with your hair and then just drink potion if you ever get low on life. Not that I've ever had to fight the last boss that way. Ha 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 ha, he said. Actually, I'm going to go down this way now. Alright, down to the last underwater area here. So that's not a problem localized to Risky's Revenge, that it has kind of boring underwater areas. That's kind of something a lot of games have been having problems with for a lot of time, because maybe, I don't know what it is, maybe game designers, because they're human beings, they're like mortal creatures, they don't have a lot of experience when it comes to imagining what you can do underwater. Because what would the alternative be? Like, okay, you're making a Final Fantasy game or whatever, and half the game takes place underwater. That wouldn't make any sense. Goodies, just gems and lots of gems. I do like the gems. And here's the last warp squid. His brother lives all the way on the other side of this weird wacky cave. And there's the last save point. I don't need to use that guy. And here is the end of this video. See you guys later.